Hola familia, it's Alex. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. So as you guys can see for the title, we're doing another palette bingo using this beautiful palette here. This is the BH Cosmetics Naughty palette. So I have been nonstop using this palette. I wanted to showcase it somehow on this channel. We're here today to use this one. You'll hear a quick review on it. I've spoken about it. I've done swatches on my Insta stories, which everything will be put on here. I think I've done 6-7 looks with this palette on my Insta stories as well, which I will post on here as well as I'm doing this palette bingo, so you guys can see more looks, more ideas using this palette, because I know you guys love to hear that from me and many people, I'm sure. So we're gonna get right into it. But first, if you're new to my channel, welcome to the familia. My name is Alejandra. I'm an eyeshadow enthusiast with a dash of Japan. That is something that interests you. Subscribe, join us. And now without further ado, let's get on with this palette bingo. So there are 30 shadows in here, and I am gonna go across as I always do. There is 2 glitters in this palette, and guarantee you, now that I actually want a glitter to be pulled out of this palette, because I love the glitters in here because they're very finely milled, I'm not gonna get a glitter because the last palette bingo I got 2 and I didn't want any of them. So let's just go ahead and pick out the first one. Number 14, 5, 10, 15. So Santa Baby is the first one right here. Next up, 6, Hot Cocoa, which is right here. Hot Cocoa. So 2 mattes so far. We have 2 mattes. Number 16. Didn't I already get that 15? No. Did I? No. Did I just screw that up? All right. So 15, 16. Ooh, I got Candied Fruit, which is this one right here, you guys. Oh my goodness, I'm liking this so far. 4th one. What do we got? 20, 5, 10, 15, 20. Another matte. This green one right here, which I really do like as well. Look at that color story. Looks like the vintage rose from Give Me Glow. 16 I already got. 23, 5, 10, 15, 20. So 23 would be right here, which is another one of these squishy ones. This is Mistletoe, which is that green one. Look at this color story, you guys. That is pretty. Yes. All right. And what I tell you, I didn't get 1 glitter and I wanted to get a glitter. Go figure, Alex. It always happens to you. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. The first color is Santa Baby, which is this one right over here. I'll just tell you really quick about this palette. So I said there's 30 shadows. It costs $30. It doesn't bring a mirror. It has nice size shadows in here. You're getting these, what do you call these? Like Super Shock shadow kind of feeling. They're not as wet, but they're still feeling like that squishy feeling. So you're getting a bunch of those. You're getting 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, about 9 of these, which is really nice. I love the quality of them, and a bunch of mattes. All of these shadows are named some sort of like Christmas theme. Santa Baby, Cheers, Nutcracker, Yuletide, Candy Cane. You guys will see these swatches on the screen. I did all the swatches of these on my arm, and I showed you how I exactly swatched them so you guys can see them. A lot of you guys saw that clip and purchased this palette. You guys, all of you guys have told me it is amazing. Exactly. I don't know, there's something about this. BH is just, it's gotten really good. I'm not gonna lie, they're getting really, really good with their palettes. The quality of their palettes. And I meant to put on tape. That looks about right. Okay. I wanted to use tape because I already did my face, as you guys can see. And I normally do my eyes first and then my face. So I want to at least have some sort of cut crease in there. Well, clean, crisp line at the end, I should say. I haven't found a dud in this palette, by the way. Not one dud. All of them are amazing. Quality is awesome. Even the glitters are super finely milled. They need a base. They're a drier formula, which I kind of appreciate more than that jelly kind of formula. I'm going to go in with Balsam, which is that green one right here. I can appreciate the glitters in here. They're really nice. I'm not going to lie. So I don't mind. I'm going to put this on the outer V. and I've used them and they're great. There is a bunch of powder kick up, but the shadows are so soft. I will say, and I've mentioned this before, and this is just a me thing because I have very oily lids. Anything that's not a luxury or high-end eyeshadow tends to fade on me. So these do fade, not drastically to the point where they're not worth it, but they do fade on me. So it's not as vibrant at the end of the day on me because I have super oily lids, and my lids always eat any eyeshadow that I put on my eyes if it's not high end. It's very rare to have eyeshadow from an inexpensive brand. Even some indie brands, I honestly can say that it fades on me. It's just, that's how my eyelids are. But that doesn't mean that you're gonna have the same problem. It's just the thing, that's my personal thing, and I don't hold it against the shadow because I know a lot of people don't have the same eyelids as I do. But I just wanted to point it out there that yes, I do get fading with these, but I don't mind it because I just deal with it. I put a base on there or stuff. You know what I do. So I'm just going to blend this edges out. So I highly recommend this palette. Like seriously, I think that by far this is my favorite. Look, see how much powder kick up it has right there? See the green? Anyway, so I would recommend this palette. If you're wanting something inexpensive, by far one of my favorite releases of 2020 as far as holiday releases, I think this is really worth it. I love the color story. I love that it's neutral, but yet has color. And it's not super bright in your face, so then you don't feel uncomfortable wearing it. I'm gonna go with mistletoe. I'm gonna go with the green one, and I'll explain to you my madness. I can't mix Candid and mistletoe because then it'll become muddy. But I want to put this on. Let me grab this. So basically, I'm telling you guys, I recommend this palette. Highly recommended. Just be aware of the fallout. Be aware of the 2 glitters out of 30 eyeshadows. It is so worth the $30, but I'm sure you guys can get this at a discount during the Black Friday sale or any kind of holiday bundle. It's available at Ulta. It's available at BH. I think Beauty Bay has it as well. So it's seen a lot of people buy it and they love it as well. So why am I all over the place? Let me just tell you real quick. Mr. Man messaged me today saying that another family member of his has passed. They are older. This is another grandparent of his. But this one was definitely one that we were expecting over the summer, and he was transferred out of where he was to somewhere else, but the damage was done. So we just got word this morning that he did pass. So we were prepared for this one. More prepared than his grandmother's passing, because hers is like unexpected in a way. His, we knew. So now that makes 3. Everything happens in 3s. And this is the 3rd passing we have had of Mr. Man's family this year. This year alone, folks. So thank you, 2020. So that just kind of caught me off guard because I didn't expect to hear that this morning. Because, you know, he was doing well. But the other funny thing is something you guys are going to laugh about. We were doing our last Zoom meeting with little man. Just trying to build this up for you guys. And in the midst of one of his classes, he lost his tooth. But there's a catch, you guys. There's a catch. All right, so little man has, where is that brush? Little man has this, he's my overthinker. He fears a lot of things. Like his fears get to him. So I always have to like work with him with certain things, new things. Now I'm using Hot Cocoa, the brown one. This one right here as a liner, just to kind of like smoke this out a little bit. So his tooth was loose for a while. He already panicked when his tooth became loose. He freaked out. He didn't want it to fall. He didn't want his teeth. He didn't want to grow up. He literally was telling me all this stuff. So I kind of like explained to him like that's something that mommy can't stop. Everyone grows up. It's okay. Even dogs lose their teeth, and Leo's gonna lose his teeth. So he's starting to get over it. His fear of the pain is what was getting to him. So, super loose tooth at this point. It's one of his bottom teeth. And today we're at Zoom meeting. And we had told him already for this past week, you gotta get that tooth out. You gotta get the tooth out. It's gonna rot out. You gotta get it out. You gotta get it out. And we're letting him do his thing because we don't want to scare him anymore. And today during a Zoom meeting, he's like, Mommy, what do I have down here? And I look, his tooth is gone. Gone. I was like, Papi, you lost your tooth. He was like excited, jumping for joy. His teacher's like, I don't want to say my kid's name, but little man, is there something going on? I see a bunch of commotion. Did you just lose your tooth? And he gets on, he turns on his microphone. He's like, yeah, I just lost my tooth. We couldn't find his tooth, guys. Could not find his tooth. I'm looking all over the carpet. I am looking everywhere. Oh my goodness, you guys. He swallowed his tooth during lunch. Today, he swallowed his tooth during lunch. Had no clue he did it until we got up here to do his next classes. So I had to tell him, because if I told him he swallowed his tooth, he was going to panic. Oh my gosh, I have it in my belly. I'm going to die. So I didn't want to panic him anymore. So I told him that Leo, the dog, ate his tooth. And he was like, but why would he eat it? I'm like, well, dogs eat everything. So we blamed it on the dog. He's already come in handy. We blamed it on the dog. I called Mr. Man. I told him the story. He started cracking up. We told the teacher. He actually told his teacher that Leo ate his tooth, and it's his first tooth. So I'm kind of sad that I don't get to keep his first tooth, because I have little lady's first tooth, and I wanted to keep all three of my kids' first tooth, and I can't because obviously he swallowed it. So I told him, I'm gonna pull these off. So I told him, it's okay. We'll just draw a picture of a tooth and let the tooth fairy know that your tooth was eaten by your dog. I'm just gonna try to buff this out because I don't like this to be so stark over here. So that was my day today so far, you guys. We have a passing in the family, and my son swallowed his tooth. Do not tell my son that he swallowed his tooth. My husband accidentally goes, oh, Papi, did you swallow your tooth? And he almost panicked. I'm like, no, the dog swallowed it. And he's like, oh, the dog swallowed it. You can't. He will freak out. But he swallowed his tooth. So when he gets older, that'll be a story to tell. I swallowed my first tooth. I feel like I'm having deja vu right now. I'm not even kidding, you guys. Seriously, I feel like I've told the story before exactly how I'm doing it. All right, last color I'm using is the Candid Fruit, which was this glittery shade right over here. And I'm doing it on my lower lash line, so I could tie everything together. And it's more concentrated so you guys can really see it. Because this is like a sheer purple iridescent. But if I pack it on down here, you guys might be able to see it better. Did I use all 5 shades? Yes, I did. I used all 5 of these shades. So that's it, you guys. That was pretty easy. And I liked how it turned out. I'm not gonna lie to you. I kind of like how it turned out. All right, you guys, so that is my palette bingo for you guys. I genuinely have been loving this palette. Truly, truly loving this palette 100%. There's not one color in here that I don't like. You get your typical beige, matte beige, and then you get your matte black, and then everything in between with sparkle, glitter, everything. It's just such a pretty palette. I love this palette so much. Non-stop using it now for 2 weeks, you guys. And I have very expensive palettes, and this is something, I just love it. Love this palette so much. And you guys know that I told you I don't buy big palettes. Look how big this one is. But this one was worth it. This was worth it. I told you, only unless it's worth it, I'll purchase it. And this one, 100% worth it. That's the look, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed my story of the death and the lost tooth, basically. Thank you again for all of your support, you guys. I will catch you guys over here with other videos. Until then, bye, guys.